They need to learn the proper name for things. Good morning. I'm Rock 107's Prospector. I mean, they're educators after all. The Dunmore High School girls basketball team will be playing for the state championship tonight in Hershey. Congratulations. That's a wonderful achievement, and I wish them well. Nothing but the best. I want them to come down Drinker Street in a huge parade as state champions. However, every time I hear about the girls basketball team, a little teeny tiny part of me dies. Now, if you listen to the show for any length of time, you know by now I can be pretty picky. One thing that drives me nuts in sports is poorly named teams, i.e. the Buffalo minor league baseball team being called the Buffalo Bisons. That drives me crazy. Whenever they're in town to take on the Rail Riders, I want to plug my ears for days on end so I don't keep hearing Bisons, the Buffalo Bisons. I hate it so much. It's not possessive. They're not referring to the team's bus or anything like that. It's not like, oh, that's the Buffalo Bisons bus. No. So why does the S make me crazy? Because the plural of bison is bison. So there's no need to put an S on Buffalo Bison. That should be the team name, the Buffalo Bison. Which brings me to what drives me nuts about the Dunmore High School girls basketball team. They're called the Lady Bucks, which you know is not a thing. Lady Bucks would be does. They should be the Dunmore Does. Maybe Lady Bucks is all about equality. But if that's the case, let's just call them the Bucks too, and then tell me you're talking about the girls team or the men's team. I say Dunmore Does. That'd be great. Either way, I hope the Does or the Lady Bucks win. And I hope I have to see it in print and hear it on the air and all that a few more times because I really do want them to win it all. That's a small price for me to pay for those girls to bring home a championship. I'm going to say it, though. Go Does!
Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
The new CEO of Starbucks is a certified barista, and he proved as much in his introductory email when he brazenly misspelled every single one of his employees' names. Scientists have brought extraterrestrial life-giving chemicals from an asteroid back to Earth. For those keeping track, that puts us about 12 minutes into the plot of The Blob at this point. Shaquille O'Neal got hip surgery. Doctors say that with some rest, he'll be back on every commercial and TV in no time.
Prospector ruins everything, even the news. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
For another episode of 1 Minute Inside a Woman's Head.
So spring is back, and that's supposed to mean spring cleaning. What am I supposed to clean? I should get rid of these decorative pillows. Oh gosh! How long have I had these? I wonder if they've always stunk and no one says anything. Is that why the dog never lays on the couch anymore? How is it that we can't detect our own stink? Oh, there's a spring cleaning list online. Change batteries in the smoke detectors. Oh yeah, you don't want that ear-piercing chirping going off. Why do they always go off in the middle of the night? Never during the day. It says to clean my screens and windows. Yeah, like that's gonna happen. Replace the air conditioner filter. Have I ever done that? And for the rest of my spring cleaning, I'll do what I always do. Toss stuff in the closet that I rarely go in. I toss these pillows in there, but I don't want to stink it up. Oh, man.
And that was another episode of 1 Minute Inside a Woman's Head.
And now it's time for another episode of A Few Seconds Inside a Man's Head.
March Madness and my brackets are already busted. I can't watch another Cinderella ruin my bracket. Let's see what else is on here. Oh, pay-per-view.
Notice, but later.
MILF Madness. Yep, that'll work.
And that was another episode of A Few Seconds Inside a Man's Head.
Right now, there's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
Brands, including Puma and Under Armour, are stepping up to help a 14-year-old football player in Michigan find shoes that fit. He's already 6'10", and he was in the news after his mom said she couldn't find cleats to fit his size 23 feet. He's getting fitted in the next week or two and should have new shoes later this spring.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
Northeast PA's Classic Rock is Rock 107. Good morning. I'm Prospector, and it's time to do some confessions. We're going into the confessional because I, lifelong Northeast PA resident, have some confessions to make. Things that are just NEPA confessions that, because you live here in Northeast PA, others would find odd. There's some things that most people in NEPA dig. I just don't dig. I don't care for pierogies. Yeah, sorry, not a pierogi guy. Never been to the Steamtown Historic Site. Those are my NEPA confessions. I'm looking for yours. Angie says pizza by Pappas is gross. That's blasphemy, I say. It's one of my favorite pizzas, but okay. It's your NEPA confession and no judgments, I guess. Starlet says, my NEPA confession, a pig in the blanket does not involve cabbage. How about you? What's your NEPA confession?
I hate Old Forge pizza. It is horrible.
You don't dig the OFP, huh?
No, it's horrible.
What don't you like about it?
The cheese. The cheese is just disgusting. It just doesn't go with it.
That is an NEPA confession because there are a lot of people who swear by Old Forge Pizza. Mike says, I've never been to the casino. Brian, never been to the coal mine tour. And Christine, I've never been to the Everhart Museum. I spent a ton of time at the Everhart Museum, and I've done the coal mine tour. Both outstanding, but that's okay. These are your NEPA confessions. Rock 107, how about you?
Good morning, Prospector.
Good morning.
I'm not going to give my name because I don't want to be ridiculed for this.
This is a safe space. We're not going to judge you at all, but what's your confession?
I really do not like Old Forge pizza.
You are the second person who's called and said that today. That's akin to blasphemy around here, so I understand why you want to be quiet about it.
Yes.
But a lot of people not digging the OFP there. KJ on Facebook.com/Angry Prospector says, I'm 47. I've never been to the Bloomsburg Fair. Okay. Look, the trouble with the fair is getting in and out of it. Once you're there, it's actually a great time. Stephanie checking in for her NEPA confession. I think the St. Patrick's Day Parade is stupid and a waste of time. But you know what? She's not alone. Open Mike on the Rock 107 app checking in again with that.
I'm Tyler from Dixon City, and I'm really not a big fan of the St. Patrick's Day Parade down in Scranton. I know it's the biggest, but it also comes with a lot of problems on its own end.
Yeah, some people not digging the parade. Sharon says, I've never been to the Houdini Museum. And Lynn, I can share this confession as well, but I know it's a big-time troubling confession to a lot of people in NEPA. Lynn's Northeast PA confession, she says, I don't like high school football. Rock 107, what about you?
Hi, my name is Carol. I'm not a big fan of La Festa.
Carol!
I know. It's too crowded. You can't get anything decent to eat because there's too many people. There's just too many people.
That is a shocking NEPA confession.
I know.
Blockhead, a dunce, or an ignoramus. You know, a dullard, simpleton, or a clot, nitwit, dipstick, pea-brain, mouth breather, or cretin.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Yambag of the Day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
Here are the nominees. Nominee number 1.
Most people mature with age. Not all of us, though. A 52-year-old guy from Missouri was arrested in Florida last Thursday for keying someone's car, and he tried to downplay it as a spring break mistake. His name is Clifford Edwards. He's a real estate executive at a firm in Springfield, Missouri, and was apparently in town on vacation. But last Thursday night, a couple noticed him standing near their 2023 Nissan Altima outside a restaurant. And when they confronted him, he laughed and ran away. Now, it's not clear if they'd had a run-in with him earlier or if this was random, but it turned out he'd done more than $1,000 in damage to the side of their car by scratching it up with a butter knife. The car was parked outside of a restaurant called the Toasted Monkey, so I assume that's where the butter knife came from. Clifford's name was on the wait list, so they had his phone number, and that's how the cops tracked him down. He admitted to everything and described it as a spring break mistake. They arrested him for felony criminal mischief. His wife had to come and bail him out.
Nominee number 2.
This is like a scene out of that movie Falling Down, you know, with Michael Douglas and Robert Duvall. Sometimes drive-thrus can be difficult. You can't hear them, they get the order wrong, etc. But this was definitely an overreaction. Thursday night, a 26-year-old Florida woman named Quavi Young hit the Mickey D's drive-thru and ordered a non-existent menu item. Young demanded a cheeseburger bundle, a sort of combo similar to what can be done with McDoubles or McChickens. But she refused an employee's offer to sell her a cheeseburger and an a la carte order of small fries. Instead, she got mad. She was fuming. When she pulled up to the first window, the worker asked Young why she was so mad over a simple issue, and that's when Young pointed the gun at the victim, verbally threatening them as well, before proceeding to the next window. When police arrived, officers learned that Young didn't have a valid driver's license. She faces charges for open carrying of a weapon, knowingly driving with a suspended license, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
And the winner is
the 52-year-old who keyed a car with a butter knife and then called it a spring break mistake. What the hell, man? You're 52. You don't get to go on spring break and do stupid crap. You do get to be the Yambag of the day and move on to Friday's Yambag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yambag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107. Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.